We live, baby. What it is. Graph champs. We here, baby. We live. Shit alive. Tell a friend to tell a friend, baby. Graph champs. Y'all see the new merch, kid? Stop playing. You know what I'm saying? I'm your host, SRMBK, a.k.a. the General, a.k.a. the vertical, murdical, squirtical all over your girls' Liz Nips. You heard? Salute everybody, salute, let's go. So you already know we got shit happening today. You know what I'm saying? Please pass a lot. Yo, salute. Oh, salute Goal. Yo, Goal, my bad. I be fucking missing your fucking calls and shit and your texts, bro. I'm sorry. I was just very fucking busy these last few days. Salute to my brother KATKK. Salute to my brother A1s, bro. I love you. Salute to Reps KAC. All y'all niggas, you heard? Salute to Goal, GOMD. He was the last guest last week, bro. Super crazy interview with Go check that out. You know what I'm saying? You press the link on our bio, it goes straight to our YouTube page. Scroll down. You know what I'm saying? I want to shout out the lowbrow event that happened the other day. You know what I'm saying? I want to shout out the motherfucking Bushwick Collective that happened the other day. Salute to Joe. Salute to my nigga Gorilla Nems. Always showing love. Always salute to my niggas, The Arsonist, F Boom, Hops. You know what I'm saying? Prime Time, Bushwick Radio, my Straight 16 family. Of course, we were in there deep. You know what I'm saying? Straight 16 was in there super deep. You know what I mean? Shout out to my bro Fly By Night, OD. You already know what it is. Shit alive. I'm gonna put on my theme music real quick. Give y'all a chance to share this live. Let's go, baby. Let's share this live. Get it poppin'. Salute to all the gods, you heard? Graffiti gods, nigga. Yeah. Shit alive.
Shout out the graph champs. Shout out the graph champs.
Shit live.
Shout out the graph champs. Welcome to the graph champs. We appreciate the love and support for all the graph camps. The most amazing and iconic artists out here smashing it, from the train yards to the rooftops to the storefronts, highways, catching wreck. That's all the General. He be going crazy, bro, from his Instagram account, Supreme Clientele Radio. Interviewing all the icons, the ones that led the way. Salute to all the fallen legends, the ones who set the stage. Moment of silence, let us remember those. Whether they family or they were friend or foe. Hate them or love them, let's show them some respect. Major contribution in hip-hop, graph chancing to the death. Ready and willing, never scared to fry.
Never.
Chancing the odds of getting up, prepared to rise. Super talented vandals, never scared to die. Let's show them love while they breathing. Go ahead and shade alive. So tell a friend and go and tell a friend. Interviews are dope from the start up to the end. Let's show him love and call it glory time. Repost his post on your post, share his post up on your
alive,
story
baby.
line.
Shit alive, here we go.
So tell a friend and go and tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Interviews are dope from the start up to the end. Let's show him love and call it glory time. Repost his post on your post, share his post up on your storyline. That's all the guard General, graph champs. Full blast,
yo.
Music, the beat guards.
Salute to all my past guests. Salute to my brother Tyke TFO. Salute to you, my brother. I see you. Appreciate you coming on and spreading your wisdom. I see my bro Dom's KOC, bro. Love you, my brother. Thank you for coming and supporting Graph Champs always. You know what I'm saying? And telling your story and supporting. You know, we got the new merch. You see the merch, man. Hit me up for the merch, bro. We got all types of merch, bro. We got all fucking types of shirt. Oh shit, it's inside out. My bad. But yo, we got the merch. Please hit me up, man. You know, support Graph Champs. I'm just trying to bring this shit to another level. You know what I'm saying? This shit is not money for my pocket. All I did is spend money and time on this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Yo, salute Deck. I see you. Salute Deck 2DX, NYC GOAT. You know what I'm saying? All right, so without further ado, let me bring in who I'm going to bring in. And shit, wait, hold on. I got to, boom, right here. Boom, y'all niggas already know what it is, man. This is some bad, yo. My bad, my bad. Y'all hear me? Do y'all hear me? Do y'all hear me? Do y'all hear me? Do y'all hear me? Now? Alright, cool. What it is, Stabla, what it is? Yo, what it is, Chaz, I see you, my brother, I see you. Wait, hold on, let me put this shit in right here. Boom. Yo, I gotta check out what's going on with that shit, bro. Yo, y'all still hear me, right? Y'all still hear me? Alright, cool. Alright, I gotta send the invite one more time. Right here. Boom. I just sent you the invite, or accept it. Here we go, baby. Here we go. Do you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you.
Yo, bro, it's such an honor to have you on the screen, to have you here talking with us. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna exploit too much, but yo, the people that know what it is, they know what it is. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
man.
So I just want to start by telling you, bro, you the reason I wanted you on fucking Graph Champs from the beginning, bro, is because you have so many innovative ways that you put onto the graph scene. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dope things. Everything that you've done has been calculated, dope. Next thing goes to the next level. Next level, you make waves in here, and we salute you, bro. We appreciate all the dedication and work you put into this. You
Thank you, my
heard?
brother. Thank you for having me. I
That's
appreciate it, you know.
dope.
Like, I've definitely
Nah.
watched your show, you know. I've seen some good interviews, man, and, you know, I'm just honored to be on here. You know what I mean?
Appreciate you, yo. I see you, Murph. I see you. Say, yo, the goats come out for the important niggas. You know what I'm
Yo,
saying? And you definitely,
what's
bro.
good, Mert?
They came out. Yo, son, they out here. They've been talking about you the whole week. Niggas been hitting me up, all
Oh,
excited,
yeah,
bro.
man.
So we just gonna start from the beginning. What How did you even get into graph? What year was it? How did you start getting into graph?
Um, I got into graph, I'm going to say in 89. You know what I'm saying? I was a little kid. Um, you know, there was cats in my neighborhood that did graffiti. I went to church, fucking met this kid, this older cat from my church. He had graffiti on his jeans and shit. Um, his name was Louis. Forgot his last name, but I don't think I should be saying people's last names. But his name was Louis. He was from Fulton Projects in Chelsea. I'm from Chelsea Projects on the 26th side, right on the west side of Manhattan. Um, and this cat Louis, uh, he used to write up Crayer, right? Um, he had a pair of jeans, and I saw him with the graffiti, and I was like, you know, I already seen graffiti on the streets, but I never met anyone that did graffiti and that was nice with it. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
at that time, I might have been like 11 years old, and I was like, yo, can you do a pair of jeans for me? He was like, yeah, I got you. You know what I'm saying? He was like, bring a pair of jeans to church, and I'll rock them for you. So you know what I mean? I bought a pair of jeans a week later. He came back a week after that, had my shits laced up. He did his name on my shits, right? He wrote up Crayer. And I had thought that he was giving me that tag, that he gave me the name. So I was like, word, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna put the fly in front of that. So I took it as he gave me a tag, but he didn't. And I wrote the fly Crayer, but I spelled it wrong. I spelled it crier, Crier. And I started tagging it up in the neighborhood with my boys, right? With little, you know, little sharp, like, you know, those markers, the ones with the red and blue, the black ones with the red and blue writing on it or some shit like that. So was catching tags with that. And my man was like, my man Steve-O, he's an older cat from my hood. He's a little older than me, you know, but he was like, yo, why the fuck you writing the fly crier? And I was like, it's not crier, it's crayer. He's like, you don't know how to spell? He's like, that just says crier. You cry a lot? And I was like, nah, but damn. He was like, yo, change that shit, bro. He was like, that shit is too long anyway. You know what I'm saying? And back in the, I don't know, you know, in the 80s, people used to say, yo, that's fly a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I still
yo, this is
say
fly.
that.
I still say it, yeah. That shit is fly. Like, you know. So, yeah, you know, I had to dub that tag, and I went through probably like, I don't know, 10 different tags in a week, just trying to figure out
Oh.
what tag will fit me, you know. I tried to write Nike, you know what I'm saying? It was whack, you know.
What,
Not
but
saying
just
that
Nike, just Nike?
Nike. I wrote Nike, and then that was, you know, what wasn't happening. I think I wrote Shadow. Um, Wisdom was one. I took it from the Bible, and then somebody said to me like, "Yo, you too young to be writing wisdom, yo." Like, and I was like, "Hey, you know, it's like you getting dubbed for every tag that you come up with by older cats. They're like, yeah, that's whack." You know what I'm saying? So I changed it up. I think I stuck with I wrote Josh, Jos, you know what I'm saying? And somebody was like, yo, that's taken. You know what I'm saying? JOS is taken. So I think then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna shorten it, and then I started writing up JS. You know, I wrote JS
Mm.
for a good year, you know what I'm saying? If you know me back then, if you know me in 1990, you know, I'm not gonna say a lot of people knew me, but I was known in my neighborhood. Um, like by KMK crew. I don't know if you recognize them. There were Muslim brothers from 30th Street.
A word?
It was SC1, right? And there were the Kenshi brothers, SC1, GMA, Great Muslim Artist. This kid Vance was down with them from Midtown. Um, they had a couple of other writers, but you know, they knew me. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny how like a lot of people are connected to them too from back in the days. You know what I'm saying? But those are cats from like lower midtown. They went to school with us, PS33 and shit, IS-70. Um, there was older writers from Fulton Projects, you know what I'm saying, that I knew. Kill. I don't know if you ever seen Up Kill. If you look in the tunnels, from like 23rd to West 4th Street, there's still some ties down there, I believe. Kill, Sen 7. Yeah, I don't know if you ever remember the Sen 7 with a C,
Yeah.
CEN7. Um, Shit, man. There was a lot of writers from Fulton. There was more writers, I feel, that were more serious about graph from Fulton Projects than Chelsea Projects. But we had our peoples, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy that there was Muslim writers. I wouldn't even
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
think
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah, for
niggas
sure.
was Muslim and
Yeah,
writing. That's
yeah, yeah.
crazy.
And they were getting up. They were getting up for sure, man. Peace to 501. You know what I'm saying? Peace to RFC, of course. Family, you know.
Yo,
MOK.
I feel like
MST
if you,
crew. Skis watching. I see you. PK.
especially, so being from Manhattan, you see, because I'm from Brooklyn, and I
Yeah,
always felt like dudes that come from Manhattan,
yeah.
it's like the cheat
I knew
code
you
because you're already in
was
the
gonna say
middle of
that.
the action. That's how we felt because we're not from there, you know? So
Yeah,
everybody's trying to go there
yeah,
and you're from there. So it's like you got the heads up on everything. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt. We were
yeah.
like a little
So
jealous of that.
yeah, yeah. I
We were
mean,
jealous of
you
that.
know, but you don't know that. We don't know that when I was a kid. I didn't know that. You know, like,
True,
but when
true.
I got older, I realized I was like, yo, I'm from the fucking heart of New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm literally from the heart. Chelsea is like the middle of everywhere. Everyone used to come to Chelsea to go to the clubs. You know that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I got to know a lot of writers from different places, but I didn't meet them because of graffiti. I met a lot of niggas through the club scene. You know what I'm saying? You know,
True with me.
and some not in good ways either. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas come through
Yeah,
Chelsea.
I know.
They used to get stuck up. You know, we sticking up bouncers back then. You know, I'm not saying I'm proud of that, but you know, we did a lot of dumb shit, bro. You know what I'm
So
saying?
was in the beginning, was you the type of writer that like your parents knew, like they go and you had paint in your
Well,
room
my
and you
mom
just
knew.
used to go freely?
My mom, my mom knew, man. She. I had to change my tag because of my mom, because she realized that I forgot what I was writing. I might have been writing Monk, M-U-N-K at the time, because from like let me see, I wrote JS from 90 to like 91, and then I started chilling with these kids from 19th Street and 8th Ave. This kid Mock, and I forgot the other kid's tag that he used to write. He also had a M tag, and I was kind of like matter of fact, I had to change my I changed not had to, but I changed my tag from JS and I got another tag because there was this cat, JS Loves Rose. I don't know if you ever seen this shit, but
He wrote the whole shit every
this
time.
dude went
JS Love
so hard,
Rose.
and he was down with KMK crew. So they were my peoples, and I saw that he was going so hard. I was like, yeah, man, I can't go harder than this dude. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel it was in me at that time. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I wasn't 100% in graph. Like graph wasn't a priority to me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
I did so much other shit. I was hustling. You know, I was skating, like that. You know, doing all types of shit. I guess like graffiti is a part of New York culture. You know what I'm saying? Like skating, graffiti, biking, BMXing, whatever the fuck you do. But it was all mixed into graffiti. You know what I'm saying? But JS Loves Rose, man. He was getting up a lot. He used to write JS Heart Rose. And if you look back at pictures from the early 90s on the west side, this kid was up. You know what I mean? He's a good brother too, you know what I'm saying? He's like a dedicated Muslim brother now. Like
Oh,
last
so
time
you
I spoke,
know him, so you met him, yeah, and
I
all
know
that.
I know these cats my whole life, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
I
okay.
still talk I still talk to SC1, Kenchi, you know, like I feel like I'm gonna know them cats my whole life, you know what I'm saying, till the day I die. You know what I mean? Like they're good brothers, you know.
To me, I never even looked at it like that. Like, oh, Manhattan is just a regular another borough with people that do the same thing we do. We look, since I'm not from Manhattan, I'm like,
Yeah.
that's where all the clubs is at. That's where all the
Yeah.
stores is at. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not even
I
thinking
mean,
that
yo,
Manhattan is deep with writers like
that's why
that.
we meet writers from everywhere, from the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens,
Because everybody
like, you know,
come
and
there. Yup.
even in the early 2000s, like when I got like, so look, back to me writing Monk. I
Mm-hmm.
wrote Monk for 2 years, right? It wasn't that serious, you know what I'm saying? But I did my shit. When you change your tag so much, it's hard for people to all remember you at the same time, or people you don't know to
Mm-hmm.
remember you. They be like, because you only was around for 2 years with that name, and then you
Mm-hmm.
switched it up again. You know what I'm saying? But if I wrote the same tag from 1990 till now, dudes will remember my tag from back then. But since they don't think that I was writing in the 90s. You feel me?
Mm,
But
yeah.
but dudes who know me know my history. You know what I'm saying? If you know my history, then you know that, I was out there. But I just wasn't heavy with it. In the 90s, yo, put it this way. And I recently thought this. Like when people ask me when you started writing,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yes, I started in 89, 90, right? I don't even want to count the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like I can sincerely count from 2002, 2003 beyond. We
Oh, so you
can
saying
erase
that's
the
when you put
90s
the work
because
in, and that's when you
we
was like taking it
we
serious
can
and
we
all
can
that?
we can erase the 90s as far as me being my history as a writer.
Put it on your
But
phone.
yes, I was there in the 90s. I caught my tags. You feel me? East Harlem. He says humanities. I went to humanities. That's where I met Gas. I met Sate. You know what I'm saying? RFC. Um, um, Reds. There was a lot of writers in humanities. Ross was in humanities for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep,
yeah,
all
cool
my
Muslim kids,
dudes.
KMK crew. See, Paul knows
Yeah,
what's
nah, I
up.
see people bigging it up in the
Paul knows
comments. You see,
what's up. Yeah.
that's
So,
why I do this
yo,
shit to learn
somebody
about
look.
niggas like that.
Somebody wrote free my nigga Macho 26 my Macho's free. Macho's been free for some years now. That was one of my first crew members back in 19, from the beginning, 1990 to 92, me and Mach write Epic 2. He stopped writing, but he got into his making money shit, you know what I'm saying? He went to jail
Hmm.
for 17 years, came home. He's doing good. God bless him. But I'll never forget the first cast that I did graffiti with. You know what I'm saying? My boy Troop, Manny Guns, he's out in Florida. He don't write no more, but he has his clothing brand and he's into the hip hop culture, you know what I'm saying? Salute to my bro Manny Guns. His clothing is mogul, you know what I'm saying? I don't forget my peoples, bro. My boy Cheese used to write O Solo. He just passed away like a couple years ago. I'm glad when I went to Miami, I got to chill with him out there. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe a few years ago during Art Basel, I ended up going. I stayed in his crib for a couple nights, and to me that was a blessing. I got to see like my original 2-6 mob, like graffiti members that the first 5, you know what I'm saying, that I wrote with, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So you all right. So now you'll erase the '90s because so I'm saying I'm
As
figuring that
far as
that's all right.
my
That's like your
history as
testing ground.
as being a person who was like 100% doing graffiti.
Hmm.
You feel me?
But all right, but throughout the '90s, it's like you're going through you seeing everything that's happening because
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
mad
I've seen it.
competition out there. You're
I can tell
influenced.
you what I've seen, like what I know was
Yeah.
going on. You know what I'm saying? Like RFC was doing it heavy. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right, all right. Wait.
Yeah,
Stop,
yeah,
stop,
yeah.
stop right there. I'm sorry.
I,
Okay, RFC. This is the big giant factor in the graffiti history. All right,
yeah,
Manhattan. Boom. You had RFC. They're in Manhattan. RFC is such a fucking important crew because they united crews from every borough. I know like 75% of the writers that I'm still cool with to this day. I know it because of RFC days.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so how did you like run into the RFC whole shit? You seen it happening? Like
It
how
wasn't
did you even come up?
it wasn't a good beginning. Put it that way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like, my Black Chelsea, 26 Mob, we had a little beef with RFC at the beginning, you know what I'm saying? I think it was just more or less, and it was kind of my fault at the beginning. It was us chilling with girls, chilling with my homegirl Fatima, Liza, Erica, you know what I'm saying? We became friends with them, and it was just like, yo, we chilling with their girls, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how shit goes, man, girls, like, and I'm still friends with, I haven't seen Fatima in a while, but I got love for them girls, you know what I'm saying? Because it's because of them that I was I found out about RC. And at first it was like we was bumping heads, you know what I'm saying? We had
Mhm.
scuffles here and there. But then my homegirl Fatima, she eventually squashed between me and Ross. Like me and Ross got in the elevator one day, right? And we were like grilling each other. And she was like, yo, what the fuck is y'all problem? Like, why y'all got beef? And I was like, and we really thought about it for that second. She was like, y'all don't have real beef. Blah, blah. She was in the elevator, like talking like, and I look at Ross and I was like, yo, you know what? I was like, we really don't really have beef, bro. It doesn't make sense. I put my hand out. Ross put his hands out. We shook hands. And to me, that was the beginning of me starting to get to become cool with RFC. And then we
Wow.
got to her crib and we started talking. We had all the same shit in common. Drinking 40s, smoking blunts, racking. What we do, we went racking that day for beers and shit. And we became friends, you know what I mean? I met Save through my man Manny Guns, from FIT, Fashion High School, you know what I'm saying? Save pretty much introduced me to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it wasn't for Save, I wouldn't have known I probably wouldn't have been accepted by RC. You know what I'm saying? If he wasn't like, yo, this is my man's. We all chilling in front of Fashion High School. Fashion High School is the mother load of cute shorties from New York. You know what I'm saying? They had the best shorties in all the high
A
schools
word?
back then. You know what I mean? So everybody used to go there to go chill after school. That's where I met Murillo Low, EAD,
My
Dope. You
niggas,
know what I'm saying?
all my niggas.
All the
That nigga
DFW.
said
Yeah,
Murillo,
yeah.
son.
Murillo Low, you heard that
Yo,
was my dude. Like,
that's
yo,
funny.
we were from different neighborhoods, but like when we always focused on trying to bag shorties, bro. We was trying to get into beef with each other, like, and then it was funny because everybody's competing trying to get shorty, dress fly, you know what I'm saying? Like, so Save, I bought gear off of Save, you know what I'm saying? And then Save was like, yo, you know what, bro? Why don't you just come racking with me, man? Get your own shit, bro. Like, you ain't gotta buy it off me. And I was like, word. So he took me to Macy's, called a couple of things, showing me how to rack. I knew how to rack like candy already. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Like, I knew how to
yeah,
rack G.I. Joes when I was younger and like toys, you know what I mean? But I wasn't on some like racking low, like, like my sisters used to rack low. My sister Mary and shit. She was racking Nautica gear. She gave me a dope ass Nautica with the big boat on the back. I don't know if you remember that
yeah.
joint.
Of course,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah.
son. I robbed a nigga. The
Yo,
first time I seen a nigga with the jacket, he got
yeah,
burned for that,
yeah.
nigga.
I still, you know what's funny? I found that shit on eBay, bro. Like
That's
with the
crazy.
big ass boat, crispy. Like I don't even know where it's at right now. I think I might have lost it myself recently. Like, I mean,
Oh,
but listen, gear comes and gear goes. Like I've been through collections, and I don't even care about that shit like that. You know what I mean? This hat right here, Pro Paint. My man
Rest.
Noah. I just found this shit, bro, in my room. Noah, rest in peace. I don't know if you remember Noah, young cat that passed away. That was my bro, like NAW. You
Oh,
know what I'm saying?
oh yeah.
Yeah, he used to get up.
Rest in peace. Rest
My
in peace,
man
Noah.
State, what up, State Rocker? Say, yo, listen, man. State used to always like make me smile at school. He used to come and he used to be b-boying in front of school, chilling. We just making everybody. We used to all make each other laugh. You know, that's what high school was back then. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas was getting up. Say hi, man. Say SAT, yeah, man style. You know what I'm saying? Guess, yeah, style. Like, you know, look at their paint game and their hand skills and their outlines. Niggas was ill. You know what I'm saying?
So now, boom. So now the '90s go by. You see what happens. You see all the dopeness. To me, the '90s had the wildest dope. Like the competition was on, my nigga.
Yeah, yeah,
Then the
yeah.
2000s come. The 2000s come.
Yeah.
Boom. So now this is where you say you pick it up at. So let's start from there.
Yeah. So 2000s. So I was living down south in North Carolina for a couple of years, from 2000 to 2002. I actually did my first mural in North Carolina before I started going hard. I did like 2 murals, 3 murals in North Carolina. I left New Year's of 1999, right? The day 2000, I moved to North Carolina. It snowed the first day I went out there. The last time it snowed in North Carolina was the first time I went to North Carolina in 1990. So it was
What? That's
crazy. Like
crazy.
I brought the snow with me both times. So I stayed in North Carolina for 2 years. Came back on New Year's of 2002. I was like, yo, I gotta be back in New York. Watching 9/11 and all that shit. I was like, damn, look, something felt like I was supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't. I was supposed to be in North Carolina to go through the shit that I went through in North Carolina, for me to be, to get my mind right.
Yep.
I got my spirit right with God at the time, you know what I'm saying? Build my relationship with
Everything
God.
happens for a
Yeah, and then
reason.
I came
Everything happens for a
back, you know what I'm
reason.
saying? I came back to New York. I came with a company, Forever 21. I was a visual merchandiser at the time.
Oh,
Um,
word?
yeah. I did visual merchandising for like maybe 4 years of my life with Forever 21. And I'm gonna tell
Wow.
you, working with Forever 21, I don't know if you ever walked in there with your lady friends or something like that. It was all women, so I had a good time. Like I used to go to work happy, like, well, I'm working with all ladies, like I'm good. But came back to New York. That's when I was like, yo, you know what? I'm getting hard, bro. Like I'm gonna go hard with it, cause from '97 to 2002, I've been practicing how to do pieces on paper. You feel me?
Strictly paper?
Sugar paper. So
Hmm.
I met up with I met Mears back in like 96, 97, in front of FIC. I used to sell bud in front of there, and other shit, but whatever. Fucking, I met Mears, and he used to be sitting there with black books with other writers, and I'm like, yo, can you teach me how to fucking piece, like how to do 3Ds and shit? He was like, yeah, I got you, bro. So he started teaching me how to do the 3Ds and shit. So I would take that home. And that's what I was practicing 97, 98, 99, 2000. Back in like, I went to raves from 97 to 90, let me see, 96, 97, 98. Those years I got cool with BTS cats, you know what I'm saying? I had to stop fucking with them because them niggas is too much trouble, and you know what I'm saying? You know what it is. Brooklyn thugs and schemers. They were robbing everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I had to stop fucking with them. And I had my last fight with Chaos. I don't know if you knew Chaos from BTS. Me and him had a scrap before the one-on-one. I'm not gonna even front. I lost that fight. You know what I'm saying? I was all fucked up. But, I did my thing, you know what I'm saying? I still will talk to them dudes time to time. Listen, bro, if I know you for one time, if I fought you, you're gonna be cool with me. If we got it on and you didn't stab me, you didn't cut me, it can be forgiven. I've been stabbed before and I forgave that cat. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I'm still alive. You know what I'm saying? I thank God that God blessed me to keep going. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't kill me, bro, like listen, I can keep on. I'm not a type of cat to be like, yo, you're gonna be my enemy for life. I pray for my enemies. My mom's taught me to always pray for your enemies. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably why I'm not dead right now. You know what I'm saying? Because
That's fire.
you know what I mean?
All of that is
Whatever beef
fire,
you have
bro.
with me, it might be in your own mind. You know what I'm saying? Because really, I don't want ill done to nobody, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, what you just said, you heard that what he said? He said some niggas got beef with you and it be in their own
Be in your
mind. Yo,
own
I'm
mind,
glad you
bro.
fucking said
Yo,
that, bro, because yo,
right now, I have no beef with nobody, bro. You know what I'm saying? Might have disagreements. Listen, man, sometimes my friends gotta check me. You feel me? Like sometimes my friends gotta be like, yo, you getting ahead of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like the last person to do that to me was my man Risk, RFC. You know what I'm saying? I love him for that. You know what I'm saying? Because he let me know, like, yo, you need to level back down. You know, like, yeah, your ass getting begging. You know what? But it's not just that. He let me know, like, I gotta get my shit together. You feel me? Because my life isn't together. People might think they see my activity online and be like, yo, this nigga's a successful artist and shit like that. Like, nah, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I spent so much time painting that my responsibilities don't, you know what I'm saying, be intact. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a publicist. I don't have an art dealer. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I sell my own artwork. All my artwork goes through me. You feel me? There's no middleman. You feel me? I curate my own shows most of
when
the time. You know what I'm saying?
when did that, was you a born artist? Was you born an artist? Like,
No,
you
I
know,
mean,
because I'm a
well,
born artist.
when I
My
was
whole
a
family's artists.
I'll put you this, right? When I was a kid from 5 years old to 8 years old, and I said this in other podcasts stuff before, I was crippled. I was crippled for 3 years of my life. I couldn't walk. So within those 3 years, from 5 to 8 years old, I drew and I painted a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Um, Painted, you know, like finger painted in the. I was in Bellevue Hospital, and I loved to go to the art class. There was like an art class in Bellevue that I used to always go to. Like I'll always be like, can you take me to the art room? And I was in love with the art teacher there. The you know, the lady who ran the art room. Yo, works for everything, bro. I went back in the '90s to thank that lady. She was there, bro. Like, and
she
I
was still
said,
there.
and
Nice.
you sparked up my interest in art as a little kid. You know what I'm saying? But
That's fire.
when I became a teenager, you know, what I'm saying? As soon as I could walk, then I kind of dubbed like you know doing art. Like I just want to skate, bike, jump off the shit. Like I went crazy. I just got mad active. You know what I'm saying? Because I missed out in a few years of running around. Like
So in those couple of years where you was trying to rehab yourself to get back to that, or it just happened?
no, so they put like a cast on my legs. So I became like a um it healed my legs like on some Forrest Gump shit. You know what I'm saying? With the
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah,
thing.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it healed my
okay.
legs by placing my legs in a cast. Yo, listen, that's why they call me cowboy. If anyone calls me cowboy, then they know me. They really know me. There's a lot of people that call me cowboy. That's how you know a nigga really knows my history. If you call me cowboy. You know what I'm saying? Cowboy True Face Mob. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
got multiple names, bro. Like, you know, I don't go by one name, and depending on how you know me, by what name you know me by, it tells me what era you know me from, or
And
what time
that's
frame you know me
interesting.
from.
That's dope and interesting that you say that because I was telling a couple of my mans this week, yo, this dude is so unique because he has different chapters of his graph career. You know what I'm saying? First it was the the throwies and the tags and the pieces, and then the giant characters, and so on and so forth. So how now start talking about that, like when you went to the I don't want to
Character
say
mode.
it, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I started doing my character. Well, there was different versions of my character in the '90s. I mean, not the '90s. I'm bugging. Different versions of my characters in the early 2000s. But it wasn't a focus. Like I would add it to some of my pieces. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And I'm gonna say when I got locked up, '07, I was like, yo, I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna take this time while I'm locked up to practice on my character game. Cause I always, I admire people who do characters, bro. Like when I was younger, like of course, like I said, say he used to inspire me, and Two Fly, like her characters, like you know what I'm saying? Dope shit, it's hard to say because like sometimes you need a piece of paper that reminds you of the people who did characters. You know what I'm saying? But look, I'm very cool with Mears, man, and Mears, you know, he got the light bulb. You feel me? Like
Yep.
the versatility of him and these few people, it's like it made me want to be like, yo, I gotta do more than just letters, bro. You know what I'm saying? And yo, people of the '90s, the writers of the '90s and the early 2000s, um, throwies were a focus. Your throwy had to be ill, and I feel like if your throwy
Yes.
wasn't ill, then you would get gone over more because you know people will consider you as a toy. You know what I'm saying? You got the ill throwy, man. Yo,
Thank you,
listen,
thank you.
if your throwy wasn't on point, right? I've noticed and I always knew that you're gonna get gone over, right? And you shouldn't even say nothing because it's just whack.
Yo,
Listen,
I'm
I'm
glad
not
you
trying
said
to
that
diss
too,
this.
because we that's how we looked at it too. Like, see, so I'm a totally different type of I'm mostly a tag bomber, so
Yeah,
that's what I am. I'm like a fucking feck TFV type nigga, just tags, tags, tags,
yeah,
tags, tags, tags. But you know, I when a spot screams for filling, that's when you would have seen an SR filling, you
yeah,
know, when it had to be there. And if it was a face and I didn't know it, that's a spot to me. You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so a lot of people that start off with faces, they get niggas go
Yeah,
over them a
if
lot
your
and
shit
shit.
ain't good, you're gonna get gone over. Period.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
listen, man, and I, I've gone over a lot of people throughout my time, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's never nothing personal. Like, if I got beef with you, trust me, I'm not gonna go over you. Like, we're gonna handle it when we see each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, to me, graffiti on walls is sacred, right? I'd rather talk to you and squash the beef than you go over my shit. I'd rather fight you and get it over with than you go over my shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna turn on something in me that I'm gonna go over all your shit. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather just squash the beef. You know what I'm saying? I'm a peaceful person when it really comes down to it. I'd rather choose peace than beef. You know, like beef to me is a survival tactic. I'm not like I've learned my lesson with looking to catch somebody because it backfires when you try to use a weapon on somebody. They can pick it up and then, you know, use it on you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like when the beef comes, you handle that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, if you gotta run, you gotta run. I don't knock nobody for running, bro. Like, if you feel like your life is in danger, you gotta run, you run. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas are gonna laugh at you, but it might be better than you getting your ass beat on and end up on World Star. You know what I'm saying? Like, me personally,
No.
I'm gonna choose to if I feel like I'm gonna lose and get my ass like demolished. Listen, they say cop and please. I'm gonna just be like, listen, man, I don't want no problems right now. You know what I'm saying? I'll be honest with you, man. Like, you know, I'm not trying to get fucked up. But if I feel like, you know, it's I feel like it's a smarter thing. You gotta be smart. If you're stupid, you know, you're gonna get yourself hurt. Stupid people get themselves hurt. Stupid people get themselves shot. Stupid people shoot people because they scared. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't want to fight. You feel me? Like,
Yo, that's crazy because people that know my history, they know mad niggas went over me. I had mad beef with mad people and shit, and it's the same shit. It was like, so like, bro, all right, I see that we rag each other, we got beef, but nigga, you're like 2 times bigger than me. What type of points? What type of points do you get for bending me up, my nigga? Like, what the fuck? You know what
yo,
I'm saying?
you know what I noticed, man? I've noticed cats that can't beat people up. Like, say they get beat up. I heard this. And I'm not gonna even say no names, but I've heard and seen dudes get beat up real bad and still go over the motherfuckers that beat them up hard because that's the only way they can get back at the other dude. They're like, you know what? I can't beat that nigga up, but I'm going over all his shit. Fuck it, beat me up again. Those are like those cats that skate and get hurt and get back up and be like, yo, I'm gonna do it again until they land that fucking trick. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you gotta be a real dedicated graffiti writer to get beat up a few times and still keep going over the niggas that beat you up. A whole crew. I see niggas going over whole crews that beat them up, and I'm like, yo, these niggas, you gotta be crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, so half the dudes that went over me in the 90s, they were that dude right there
You was
that
the
wouldn't
knucklehead.
stop no matter what. Like I fought this dude 5 times, he's still ragging me. I fought this dude 3 times, he's still ragging me. It's just like that's the type of nigga you be like, yo, enough, bro, just enough, please leave my shit alone.
Yeah.
You know what
Leave
I'm
my
saying?
graffiti alone. You can beat
That's
me up,
it.
but don't touch my shit. Cause I'm
Word.
just keep going back over you, and your shit's never gonna live. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. Yo, rest in peace, Kes 5, bro.
Yeah,
That
rest
nigga
in
was
peace,
the
Cast Five,
true
man.
meaning of the heel, the
Yeah,
villain of graffiti.
he was wild.
You know what I'm saying? Even the niggas that hate him love him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know
Yo, rest
what?
in peace,
I
man.
had good run-ins with him. He like I can't say that I knew him like that because I didn't at all, and I didn't realize that he was RFC back in the days too. You know, before I got put down, but he was cool. You know what I'm saying? I was definitely careful around him because I was like, I don't know this nigga like that. We careful with this dude, But he was cool. I can't say that about him. You know what I mean? May he rest in peace. When I met him, he's like, yo, let's take a picture together, yo. And I was like, all right. Yep. So we took a picture of each other on the train. I got a picture of him holding up some negatives. He had these negatives on him. Some old school negatives from like the 70s. I guess someone blessed them. I got those photos, man, but respectfully, I'm keeping them shits for a book, yo. I'm not putting them shits on the internet. I got some cool photos like, from that day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not one of those like, as soon as someone dies, everybody posts the photos of them, and I'm just like, well, maybe let me, because I didn't hang out with him like that. We chilled once in Azel's crib, once. Like we actually sat down and talked all fucking night. You know what I'm saying? And he was telling me his history and shit. It was pretty interesting. And to see like his energy of him going over everybody, bro, it was crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow.
Yeah, yo, so that's why I'm saying like the 90s, bro, like to survive that shit and come out like on top unscathed, your name known, still going to this day. There's not a lot of people that, you know what I'm saying, it
Yo,
ended
you
up
didn't
like
even
that
have to
for.
write in the 90s to go through some shit. Because just the night, I guess every era has this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, the 90s was really, you couldn't go into other niggas' neighborhoods. That's the difference. You can walk around certain neighborhoods now. Back in the days, listen, if you walk through my block back in the days, you get fucked up. If you don't come through with respect. You know what I'm saying? And yo, don't get me wrong, there's cats that came through my neighborhood and stabbed niggas up that came through our neighborhood. 100 deep. Shit. We've had some crazy shit happen to us on our own block. You feel me? So no block is untouchable. You catch niggas
That's a
snooping at
fact.
the right time. And you can go into anybody's neighborhood and catch niggas. The
Yo, that's a
streets is
fact,
ugly,
bro.
you know what I'm saying? The streets are ugly, bro. You know?
Dogs, I had beef with coke.
Yeah.
And I woke up one day, came out my building, and there was a big coke on my building. That nigga did a big giant filling on each corner of my block. 1, 2, 3, 4. The other avenue, 1, 2, 3. Bro, and there'd be a million niggas on my block, nigga, 24 hours a day. I'm like, how the fuck did this nigga even get away with this shit? Yo,
It be
bro,
like that.
that's the
It
good
be
old
like that.
days. Hell yeah,
I've had yo,
hell yeah.
listen, I've had mad writers come through my block. You know what I'm saying? Um it's Foes had family in my block. You know what I'm saying? RFC. And Foes used to come through the block when Chelsea had beef with RFC, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I met Foes, because he came through my block. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, yo, bro, you RFC, right? And he's like, I was like, yeah, just, be careful out here. He's like, nah, yo, my family's out here. I'm good. It's like, Foes, Foes was by his shit, you know what I'm
Salute to
saying?
my nigga foes,
But,
nigga.
but I didn't realize his family is boxers from our hood. And my
Like
family, my
boxers?
father's a boxer. Their
Oh,
family knew
or
my father. They fucking been to the gym same time as my pops. You feel me?
fire,
Harold
fire,
Hunter,
fire.
Harold Hunter was, the illest kid.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Foles was the first. So Harold Hunter was the first pro skateboarder in New York. Foles was the first first pro fucking rollerblader from New York. Niggas don't know that. And they were
Yo,
brothers.
that's crazy. I know foes
No.
since
The first
19.
black pro skater. First pro black skateboarder in New York. And then Foes was the first black pro rollerblader from New York. So for them
Nigga,
two
I know
brothers, them
foes.
niggas is ill, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I never even knew that nigga foes skated. He never
That nigga
spoke about it.
one
We
of the
chilled for
illest
years.
skaters in
That
the early
I never even
90s,
knew
bro.
that.
Listen, bro.
What? Yo, I swear I never knew that.
Listen, bro. That's how I feel like it was me and Ross was able to be cool with each other because he rollerbladed. We didn't rollerblade a lot together, but we did. I skated with him with guests, Reds. I broke my fucking wrist in my lollies in the Bronx when I was with Riley Guest. We'll see there. I gotta ask Shay. Yo, Shay, was you there? I broke my fucking wrist trying to do the ramp for the first time, the half pipe. Nigga, I still skated. These niggas is on a meow fucking rocking. This is in 94, bro, like 95. Niggas is rocking and I got the broken wrist. Just trying to be like, yo, I just want to make it back home. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is holding on, skitching. We're skitching on the back of cars, you know what I'm saying? This is great.
Damn, those are the funnest fucking days, bro. What do you remember the first fucking blockbuster you did with the top hat?
Yeah, the first it was legal. It wasn't illegal. It was at 5 Points. Remember the Meeting of Styles?
Yep.
The Meeting of
Yes.
Styles in 2009.
2009.
Yeah, me, Gold, I can't, you know what? My memory is a little shot. And there was a few others that we did a wall on the wall with those like shingle type things. You know, the
Yeah, it was
poster wall?
wavy. It was wavy. Yeah.
My first big character was on there.
Wow, so that's right there where the train turns.
Huh?
That's right there where the train turns, like the 7-line is right there, so you can see it right there. Boom.
So I did a top to bottom character there. That was the first one.
Yeah, that was back in the day. That was the ghost spot, right? Where Ghost had a giant ghost across that whole shit.
You know what's funny? I didn't know about 5 Points until I didn't know about it until 2003 or 4. I was like, I wasn't one of those writers that knew everything. Like when I got back into remember, like I said, when I came back to New York in 2002, it was like I started back over. All the writers that I knew growing up all stopped writing, as far as I knew. Like, so it was like I had to meet all the writers again. So, dude, I met so many writers little by little, but it started like fast. Yo, I'm from Manhattan. I used to make movies. I used to sell. Yo, is there somebody on the other in the room?
Wait, what? You hear them? You hear them talking?
Oh, okay. I thought I was bugging.
You thought it was something?
Yeah.
Oh, he thought it was something. Nah, that's all right.
No, I'm sorry. It's all good. Yeah. So, like because I was in Manhattan, right? I started meeting other writers through making money, hustling. You know what I'm saying? And I remember when I first started, I got back with Hour, the second Hour. Dr. Hoom used to write Hour in the 90s. He was XCP crew. He's from Foreign Projects. He's like my mentor when it came to doing letters and shit, you know what I'm saying? He schooled me really, like, I go to his house and he'll fucking teach me everything. Like, started getting better because of him, because of a dude, DJ V Rock from my P-Ski from my Chelsea Projects. He wasn't like a real writer, he was a black book writer. So like I would go to his crib, he was just like, we're doing wild stuff. So I was getting from him, was getting from this dude, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna get this, bro. I'm gonna fucking get good. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do whatever it takes to fucking learn. You know what I'm saying? But then I started meeting writers from out of town, and I remember being that I was writing with Hour from Fulton, right? KRT. Fucking I remember seeing Dr. Sex and Hour come to New York, and them niggas started going like getting up hard, and I'm like, yo, you gonna let that nigga fucking rock? Like, yo, we gotta go over this shit. And then my man Howard got bagged so much at the time, he was like, yo, I'm not even doing graph no more, bro. Like, I got arrested too much. That nigga can have the name or whatever. I don't give a fuck. But then I ended up meeting dudes who was peoples with Howard and Dr. Sex. You know what I'm saying? And then I got cool with them. So it was like, well, if my man ain't gonna be beefing with these guys, then I'm not gonna be beefing with them. Cause I felt like I was like, these niggas is coming to New York and they getting up more than everybody from New York. You know, like I wanted to be with them at first. But then I realized I was like, man, fuck that. I'm gonna make my money, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna meet new people. They're in all the parties. They know all the shorties. Like, why am I gonna beef with niggas who I can have fun with? You know what I'm saying? With going out, making money, partying, doing graph after. Like, so I got cool with a lot of out of timers. I was like, you know, why am I gonna be beefing with these niggas when I could just, you know, have fun doing rap? I feel like sometimes
So
beefing with other people.
you met Dr. Sex? You met Dr.
I didn't
Sex?
meet Dr. Sex. I met Dr. Sex in Cali, in Oakland. But like we didn't do graffitis together or nothing. Like, um, but I met him and he was cool, you know what I'm saying? Like I give that nigga mad respect. He came to New York and he fucking destroyed. Like that nigga, he
Hell
came
yeah.
here and he did his thing, bro. We gotta give that nigga props, you know what I'm saying? And
Yo, cause all the
I
shit that
don't
he
think I would
did,
have
the
did well
billboards
going
were
over.
fire.
I don't think I would have did well going over Dr. Sex. or they were going so hard. I think they probably would have wiped me out of my hometown at that time.
He did when the movie Wolverine came out, they had like a giant billboard, bro, and he redid the billboard to look like the Dr. Sex had the Wolverine claws coming out of it. That shit was fire,
Yeah, nah,
bro.
listen, they had the illest spots, bro. Yo, you remember TKA? Remember that kid?
Yeah, he's from my
The
hood,
the,
mom.
the,
One of my
the
best friends
Korean
gave him his
artist.
tag. Yeah,
That
yeah,
always
he used
sticks
to
in
roll
my
with
head
us.
as
He
that kid
said
had the most up
TKA.
in New York too. He was up in New York heavy, dogs. That was
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
you remember AME with the upside down A? I
Yes,
remember
never met him, but
I
yeah.
remember that shit was up like crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Aim, yep.
You know, I'm from the West Side, so I grew up seeing Wolf One. First pieces I seen was Wolf One, Team Go. You know what I'm saying? Those are the first pieces I seen. Stash, he had the hip hop's greatest in um the school on Greenwich Street when you used to walk from 14th Street to like if you're trying to walk to West 4th Street, you go through Greenwich Ave. There's that school with the yard that Chico used to have. Or probably Chico still has like something in there now. But Stash had the piece inside that thing that said hip hop's greatest. That piece always stuck in my mind as that was the first wild style I seen like in person. Besides going to the Bronx and obviously seeing wild style in the Bronx, you know what I'm saying? Like I used to go see I have family up in like 140, 148 or something like that. Grand Concourse around there and shit. So when I used to go up there, I used to see like dope shit like damn, you know. That was my, impressions of rap. But in Manhattan, Wolf One had every fucking lot.
Yo, and Wolf, yo, that I love the way he writes his tag. His fucking
He
hand
was one of
style
my
was
favorite
fire.
writers till this day. Like I still haven't met him. If I did meet him, he didn't tell me he's Wolf One. But if I could say if I want to paint with somebody, I'm gonna say it's gonna be Wolf One. You know what I'm saying? Like if we ever meet and if someone can make that shit happen, like I want to paint Wolf One. I'm not.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm saying?
fire.
I'm humbled to say that. Like one of my favorite writers. I want to see that dude rock some shit next to that dude. You know what I mean?
So what was your favorite spot? Do you have a spot that was like, yeah, nigga, this is me, peep that, boom, and you held it down for long? You have a favorite one?
Um, I mean, shit. For the last year and a half, every spot I hit is my favorite spot. But
Talk your
if
shit,
I'm gonna
talk
say
your shit.
back in the days, man, like that, like spots that I hit. I hit a billboard on Canal Street, um, right by the Holland Tunnel. I went over Neckface. He was pretty upset about that when we met. He was like I had a black book. He hit it. And he was like, "Don't go over me again." And respectfully, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But like, no diss to Neckface because he has his own shit, own style. Um, it's different, and I give him respect for that being different and killing it. You know what I'm saying? Like he killed it, and he's like, you know, he was partners with the homie Rambo, rest in peace. Which me and Rambo became, you know, real cool together, and um before he passed, like in, you know, that year or the year before, like we actually got to rock, like, you know, a good amount of spots together. You know what I'm saying? And you know, unfortunately, you know, he passed away. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
But
there's a story. I never told nobody this. Literally like the summer before he passed away, I rocked the gate with my boy. Boom, Joe 21. We rocked the gate,
yeah,
and then we was right in front of it, and then a dude on a bike comes and he's like, "Yo, who's that? Who's SR? Yo, who's?" And we were like, "Nah." That he was like, "That's you." I was like, "Nah." And he was like looking at us funny. He was like, "That's not you." I was like, "Nah." We denied it and shit because I didn't know. He looked like a cop
yeah,
to
yeah.
me. You know, the way he came up, it was like, boom. And then he
No,
was like, "All
Rambo's
right."
like that. He'll go straight up to niggas like, yo, that's you? You what you write, yo? Like, you know?
Yeah, so he just and we all denied that who we were, and he was like, "Oh, I write Rambo," and then he just walked away. And then after that, he passed away. Thank you, not no, thank you.
Oh, you met
He
him,
passed
so you
away.
met him right
Recipe.
before he passed.
But I didn't meet him. Like he said, "Oh, I write Rambo," and he broke out because I denied who
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was.
yeah,
And then he said, "Oh, I write Rambo," and and then when he was walking away, I was about to be like, "Yo, yo," but then I was like, "Damn, son, I'm gonna
yeah,
feel like a fool."
yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? I played myself, bro. Rest in peace, Rambo.
yeah. Rest in peace, man. He's like, dude, at first I didn't like Rambo, you know what I'm saying? Like when I first met him, like, you know, he pissed me off about a few things. But and when he got sober, like he reached out to me, like he was like, "Yo, man, like I see that you're sober, man. I want to fucking paint with you. Love what you do." You know what I'm saying? Like he was like, "But you got to do one of those wicked styles if we paint together." And I was like, "All right, we could do that." Me and Rambo painted a bunch of trucks in one night in 2017, and it wasn't planned. We bumped into each other, and you know, like I really didn't like Rambo like that. You know what I'm saying? Like because of like some words that me and him, like he said some dumb shit at a party once. My daughter's mother was there, and I was like, nigga, like the fuck is wrong with you? But besides that, like we went bombing one day that we bumped into each other, and bro, when I tell you, bro, we fucking hit like 20 trucks, bro. So if you ever see a truck with me and Rambo, it's from that night, bro. Like worth to everything. You know what I'm saying? We caught wreck. I had a bag full of paint. He had paint. Nigga, we just went in, bro. Like went to 2 truck yards, hit every fucking truck. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, fast forward before he passed, you know, he was doing good that year, and you know, he was like, can we paint together, man? Let's rock. And I was like, of course, man. You sober? I would love to. You know what I'm saying? I love to paint with you, bro. Like anybody who's sober and they want to fucking paint with me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm gonna say yes to everybody, but you know what I'm saying? Like I encourage people to be sober. Like to me, like that's greatness in life. You know what I'm saying? Like you moving forward and you trying to live. You know what I'm saying? And graffiti, like some of the illest cats is sober. Yeah, I'm starting to find out now. Like there's a lot of sober graffiti writers too. Not as you know, there's a lot of niggas that get fucked up, but then rest in peace to my man Hobbs, JVS was one of my early writers. Somebody just shouted that out, my man East Harlem. Yeah, Hobbs, 2-6 Mob, you know what I'm saying? He was from Midtown. We accepted him, on the block back in the early 90s. The nigga was better than all of us at the time. So he was like, yeah, you could be with us. Damn, that's crazy. Somebody just said that. Rest in peace, man. He just passed away too. Like, that's one of my homies, man. It's
Who
crazy
who
how
was the
people.
most who was the most funnest person that you bombed with? Like you had the most funnest bombs with?
Damn. I mean, it's crazy because like then THEM, then one. Me and
Then
that nigga was running wild, bro. Like we was going to parties, but he's nasty with it. Then was always nice, doing pieces together, everything, man. Like yo, salute Risk, My bro Rich. Salute Colo. My man Colo. Good peoples, man. You know? What up?
Manhattan.
Yeah, man. Fucking. Yeah, man. Two Fly. What up, Two Fly? Shout outs. It's my homegirl right there. You know? I always felt like, man, shit, I was happy that me and Two Fly first painted in 2009. She's, you know, I looked up to like her styles, you know what I mean? And finally, when I came home, we painted a rooftop together. I was honored that I got to paint with her. You know what I'm saying? Like good people. I got her to paint illegally. Few times. I'm the one who try to get these people who don't really. I'll be like, yo, nah, you coming out, man. Like, fuck that. We doing it. We getting into some type of mischief. You know what I'm saying? I like bringing old writers
So
out too. You know what I mean? Like niggas that haven't painted in a while. I'll get them to come out. You know, because think about it, I might know cats from the '90s that I never painted with. You feel me? And they still alive. You know, I'm trying to get them to fucking paint now. I'm like, yo, look, we knew each other in the '90s. We just didn't paint together. You gotta fucking paint with me. I knew Kel fucking in the '90s, bro. I met Kel in '94 with Sabe. We never painted together up until like, you know what I'm saying? Early 2010s. And I was like, yo, Kel, man, I know you ain't bombing like that right now, but we gotta fucking paint, you know, like we gotta hit some shit up. So me and Kel did some throws, you know, that was dope, you know. I
that's my
wanna get Sate from East New York, Sate's RFC. I gotta get Sate to paint when he comes to New York. Can't get front. Remember me and Two Fly hit the Manhattan Bridge. You know what I'm saying? That was a little crazy because this nigga Risk pulled out a blade on my other man. Like I turned my back for 1 second, and these niggas are ready to stab each other. I'm like, oh my god, Two Fly, remember that? He was like, yo, turn around. I'm like, these niggas are like, I was like, yo, Risk, yo, chill, son. Like, I was like, yo, both of y'all chill, you know. But you know, Risk apologized like years later or whatever. You know, I'm glad that like, you know, both I had to tell my other man like, yo, Risk apologized for that time. You know what I mean? Like, shit was crazy, and that was not the '90s. That was 2000s, bro. 2010, 2013, dog. It's like my man Chase got Chase. You know, got Chase. Hold up, give me 1 second. You know.
Yes, salute, Chaz. I see Save is up in here. He's watching and shit.
Yo, Chase, man, you better be practicing. Yeah. I be busting Chez's balls, man. But you know what I'm saying? Chez, you know, everybody's at their own pace with everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should never rush anything that is dangerous. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I feel like everything you get into, you gotta know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what it is.
All right. So now,
Yo,
definitely. So
Echo, what
so
up, Echo?
so now the 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 niggas doing the sides of the buildings and everything. Let's talk about some of that shit.
All
Like
right.
how did it? How did? No. First of all, let me. I just wanted to. I'm gonna get to that in a second. I gotta know this. Who's your fucking top? Who's your favorite bombers? Who's your of all time? Like who? Give me 10 niggas. Give me 10 niggas right now that
Hold
you
on,
was like, holy
let me get
shit.
a piece of paper real
That's right.
quick.
Write
Hold
that
on.
shit. I'm writing it
All right.
fucking down too.
Let me,
Who?
like
10
my favorite
names. Give me.
writers?
Yes, they don't gotta be the most eligible. Just your favorite. Whoever you came up seeing, like, you know what I'm saying, that you like.
Hold on. You got you gotta give me a second on this one, man. Like this
No
is
doubt. And I'm gonna ask for 10 throw. Who's your 10 favorite throw ups too of all time too? So you know.
how about this? All right. We're gonna talk. Yo, Mister's one of my favorite bombers right now. Since he's on there, I gotta give it
Ooh,
to Mister because
Manhattan.
listen, man, I give it up. I'm gonna always give it up to JA. I'm gonna always give it up to fucking I'm gonna give it up to Mister. I'm gonna give it up to YKK. You know what I'm saying? That whole crew. You know what I'm saying? Like Ecstasy. You know what I mean? JD. Like if you look at my W, and I probably said this shit before. You know, sometimes I repeat myself in different interviews and shit like that. But I say it too loud if I didn't say this before. If you look at JD's throwy. If you look at his J, that it loops, like, you know what I'm saying? It goes like this. I'm going to do it backwards because the camera's like this. JD's throwy, right? You know how it goes like that?
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, look, I'm going to go like that. This is my WE. There's the E. You feel me? So,
Get the
you know,
fuck out
I
of
just
here.
turned it
Hold
around.
up.
That's how I got that roundness. Listen, man, biting, influence, whatever you want to say, but you know, that's where I got that from. But that's almost, that was me renewing. Damn, am I talking too much, bro? Like, did I
No,
say
no,
something I didn't
no.
want to say? All right, I ain't saying no letters, but the E, you know what I'm saying? You already know. And then if you look at one of my other throwies from the early 2000s, you can see, you know, surfing mint. You can see the top of Mint's, the way Mint does that, his M, like he goes up like that. You'll see my joint, and it goes up like that. You know what I'm saying? Without even saying the letters and what it is, you know what Mint shit is, you know what my shit is. You know what I'm saying? Like you take little things here and there. And I was my getting my throwies, like trying to get real techie with my throwies. That is a direct influence from fucking with RTH niggas. You know what I'm saying?
RTH, goal,
RTH,
goal in them.
Gold, ouch, rest in peace. Yeah, that cruel surf, you know what I'm saying? Like these niggas, RTH, like all their throwaways were like they really put their time into getting their skills up with their throwaways. You feel me? You can look at crews, man, and like some crews all together, they all got like official throwies. You know, I'm not gonna talk about this generation too. You know what I'm saying? Well, you already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But you know, listen, man. Kids getting up. I'm gonna give it up to one kid right now
Who?
that I feel like is killing it in the Bronx. That kid Tower. I'll give it up to that kid because I see him. He's just getting busy. And you know, I'll give it up to my man Riot from the Bronx. That kid's he's up everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Up in all 5 boroughs. So you know, like them niggas, I'm gonna give it up to them. You know, and now I'm fucking with the Bronx now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in Brooklyn, but like I'm starting to go to the Bronx, and I feel like the reason why I'm going up to the Bronx now is throughout my time in graffiti, I feel like my placement wasn't for the Bronx. You feel me? Like I'm not. You can't. I don't want to go to the Bronx and go over niggas. You know what I'm saying? So I go to the Bronx and you know, I'm doing untouched fucking terrain. You know what I'm saying? Like with respect. I'm going to the Bronx with respect. Because I respect the Bronx. I always feel like if I'm gonna go to the Bronx, it's gotta be ill. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm invited. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing in the Bronx right now. You know what I mean? I love
Who's
the
your favorite?
Bronx.
Who's your favorite Bronx rider? Who's your favorite Bronx rider of all time?
Um, as far as what though? Because there's
Bombing, street bombing,
bombers. Oh,
street
Rhino,
bombing.
Rhino,
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Rhino,
I think it said Rhino.
Rhino. My nigga Remo is, you know what I'm saying? Got mad love for Remo. You know, me and Remo had a very weird fucking almost like reconnecting kind of like because I'm so this was like in 2004. I was riding my bike with my boy Hoom on Ludlow Street, and I seen 2 white kids going up to Repo. I don't know if you know who Repo is. I'm not gonna say what his page is, but if you know Repo, you know Repo. I saw Repo, and this kid was gonna punch Repo in the back of the head. I saw it. I'm riding my bike, and I'm like, and Repo at the time was painting with us. You feel me? With me and Home. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? I jumped on my bike. I was like, yo, back up, son. And he was like, yo, who the fuck are you? And I was like, nigga, who are you? Like, you gonna punch homie in the back of the head? I was asking my man, what's up? And he's like, yo, what, nigga? And he's like kind of backing up. And I seen there was a few kids with fucking repo ahead of him, and they're all walking away. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm stuck here arguing with this white kid, but the white kid's backing up. And then Remo's coming around the fucking corner, and then Remo was like, "Yo, what up?" And then the kids started getting crazy because Remo came like to hold them down or whatever. So I'm like, "Oh shit, man!" Like, and I'm looking at Remo, and I'm like, "Fucking no Remo!" Like, I didn't remember where from. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, "Wait a minute, Remo's RFC, bro." Like, I thought I think he's RFC, and I was like, "Yo, Remo." I was like, you know, kids getting all crazy because Remo like Remo looks at me. He's like, I was like, yo, Remo, RFC, bro. Like, I know you from back in the '90s, bro. And he was like, Remo's here, ain't nothing happening. Remo's here, and like, yo, but my man's ready with the ox. Like, yo, damn, we about to get into some shit. But I'm glad nothing happened. Remo told like I told him I was like, yo, your man is acting live because you just came around the corner, fam. He wasn't acting all live like that when I stepped in. He was gonna punch my man in the back of the head. I'm not letting it happen. If you want to fucking fight somebody, fight him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't punch him in the back of the head. I don't know who that was to this day. It might be someone I'm cool with now. Like, that's the funny shit. You know, things happen like that. You know what I'm saying? But I saved Repo from getting punched in the back of the fucking head. You feel me? Like, I don't like that. I feel like if you're gonna fight a nigga, even though I've done it too, I sucker punch somebody out of anger. I had a reason to. You know what I'm saying? Niggas know already. Like I fucking cracked that kid. Actually, I don't even want to talk about that shit. No, we're not gonna talk about negative shit. I saw Remo.
Now,
I saw Remo when I started my bait in the tombs. Right. I was on the phone with Foes. I don't even know why I was on the phone with Foes. I'm on the phone. And then I'm looking around, I'm in the tombs, and then I see a big black dude. I'm like, he looks at me, he's like, and I was like, oh shit, man, it's fucking Remo, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh man, Remo about to come
Debo, it's
over
like
here
Debo, it's
and
like.
fuck with me. Yo, Remo gets up from the TV room. Remo starts walking up the stairs, and I'm like, yo, folks. I was like, you cool with Remo? He was like, yeah. He was like, why? I was like, this nigga's right here. And I was like, yo, hold on. I was like, yo, what up, Remo? I was like, yo, Foles is on the phone. You want to say what's up? He's like, oh, word? Like his whole serious look at me, it just changed. He was like, oh, word? He was like, yo, yeah. What's up, yo? And he was like, yo, Foles, what's up, yo? Yo, so Remo started telling the Foles real quick on the click. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, it's about to hang out. I was like, yo, Foles, I'm going to talk to you, yo, peace. And then me and Remo just started kicking it. At the time, I had mad graffiti magazines in my shit because all my niggas was bringing me all the graph mags. Nigga, I had a bucket full of fucking graph mags, bro. So, I was landing Remo. I was looking Remo up here and there, blah, blah, blah. Yo, fucking Remo gets shipped upstate. He was like, yo, thank you for everything. I get upstate. You know what I'm saying? Boom, who do I see in the fucking in the gym? I'm playing ping pong with some nigga with a shaved head. And like I didn't realize I knew the nigga I was playing ping pong with. I was like, this nigga's kicking my ass. He won every game, bro. We played 4 games in a row. And then all of a sudden, I was like, yo, good playing, fam. Word. Yeah. And then I started playing basketball. And then I just hear, yo, words. I look around, I'm like, what? And I was like, oh shit, Remo, yo, what's good, nigga? Started talking to Remo. Then he introduced me to his man Quest, I think. I think it was Quest. And then the nigga who I was playing ping pong with came over. He was like, yo, y'all niggas know each other? And I was like, yeah. He was like, yo, what you write? Told him, and he was like, yo, it's fucking known, nigga. I don't know if you know Known from Brooklyn, from like I think the F line. He's the right Known NONE 187 crew. The nigga used to sell paint out of his crib. He used to sell mad graffiti supplies. I used to buy like $200 worth of that nigga every week, like religiously. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, I can't believe I played 3 games of ping pong with your ass and didn't realize that was yours because niggas look completely different with shaved heads. You know what I'm saying?
That's
They don't look the
funny.
same, bro. Like, but yeah, no. Then Remo was like, yo, you good in here? Like, you got anything? I was like, yo, I'm pop, nigga. Like, I ain't gonna have shit because my best friend Swerve had gotten locked up while I was locked up. And he was like like that nigga was like putting money on upon my books every week. You know what I'm saying? So that's when like reality kicked in. It was like, you know, niggas, you in the jail for a year, man. Everybody that was sending you money can't send you money anymore like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, life be life, you know what I'm saying? A good thing that I know how to fucking, you know, draw and shit and do graffiti, and I know how to do portraits in jail too. So you know what I mean? Like I was doing portraits and I survived off of that shit. You know? But it's
Yeah, that's
crazy, you know.
crazy.
I heard that at the same time, Brimo was
Bless
telling
you.
me that case two was in the fucking was serving in the kitchen and shit. But I ain't see him.
Wow.
I was like, damn, I wish I would have met him, you know what I'm saying? I never
Rest in
got to
peace.
meet that nigga. Rest in peace, case two. Another ill influence you want to talk about. He's from the Bronx, ill influence, you know what I'm saying? You know, Gandhi is my, you know, Gandhi, of course, one of the greats. His book alone, like, influenced me with letters. Like, I would switch letters around and shit, and turn the book upside down to get my own letters. You feel me? Um, Zephyr, Espo's a very big influence on me. Um, just like that book, The Art of Stories. What is it? The Art of Getting Over.
The art of
That
getting
book, like,
over.
just
Yeah.
having that book, dog, is like that shit. That book alone influenced me, bro. You feel me? Those books were like going to school. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah. That's a nigga that changed that with the gates too.
yeah.
Espo. That shit was crazy.
Listen, Revs, Caution Revs, very big
Hell yeah, of
influences
course.
on my roller
Crossing
game.
revs. Crossing
Me doing
revs.
rollers, I'm doing rollers because of them, bro. Straight up and down. Like my first roller I did was with Hour on the High Line. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
So
Yeah,
what about the
ask me.
do you got fucking pictures of all the shit like through all
I
the
got pictures
years
of
and shit?
everything from 2000s and on.
Oh,
Everything. I
all
got
right, two
archives.
thousands.
Like I stopped taking pictures of other people's shit because I've always been like on a photography tip. Even before I went heavy with graffiti, I was like I always wanted to be a photographer. Like that was influenced by my boy Ray Mendez. He was a pro rollerblader. Once you're a pro rollerblader or skateboarder, you're always considered a pro. So you can stop skating and you're always a pro. You know what I'm saying? Ray Mendez, ill pro skater from the early '90s. Good friend of mine's. He introduced me to all the best rollerbladers in the world. You know, including my daughter's mother through my boy John Ortiz. He's a pro rollerblader. He was from Phibbs Projects, across from Chelsea Projects. You know what I'm saying? These dudes like Ray Mendez got me into photography. He sparked my interest because I remember him like, you know, having like ill photos, and I was like, damn, I should fucking get into photography. You know what I'm saying? So he started showing me little things, you know, and I began with getting back into graph by taking photos. You know what I'm saying? I was like, let me capture the history. So I have a lot of photos of graph from '98 on, but like I focused on taking photos like '98, '99. When I came back to New York, 2002, 3, 4. But then I was like, I need to make my own shit ill. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to. As I'm documenting everybody's shit, I got folders and CDs. You know how you burn CDs with the photos. I have all the albums of all the graph that was happening in Manhattan. Like, so I have like history of Manhattan from early 2000s, like from '98, '99, 2002, like every truck. I have pictures of every fucking truck from the 2000s. Cause you know I was on my truck
Nice.
hunter shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I started running with the truck hunters. I wanted to have the most trucks. And I'm not saying that I did, but like '05 and '06, I think I did a pretty good job. You know what I'm saying? Like in those 2 years. I had a lot of
So
fucking trucks. But
you
you know,
still be looking at the
you gotta give it up
trucks?
to Kano. Like that nigga hit every fucking truck in that mother. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm ACC. Them niggas that had mad trucks, bro. There would be trucks that I would have to walk away from because I'm like, damn, dude, these niggas, they tore the whole fucking truck up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, I ain't gonna fucking go over that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the nigga Dest too. Dest, he
Oh,
had mad trucks
yeah.
too.
I mean, he got mad trucks now. He has a lot of trucks right now. Like, I think he's got it for the last couple of years now. I think. and
And
and the garbage
my bro
and the
Fat.
garbage crates. Like that nigga got every fucking garbage.
Yeah.
I swear, every time I stepped in the garbage crate yard, like he was up on all of them. I'm not hitting those anymore. Like I got chased out of there a few times by you know who. I ain't fucking with them shits no more. I had fun though. I hit them shits from 2020 to 2022, maybe to 2023. But like the most I hit was in 2021. I lived right across the street from a yard that had a hole in the fence. So I would wake up in the morning, I would get a cup of coffee. You know what I'm saying? I bag full of paint. I had my little croissant. So walk in the yard, make sure everything was good. I knew that shit from the beginning to the end. I knew all the escape routes. I was hitting like 2 trains a day. You know what I'm saying? 2, 3 trains a day. Not MTA trains. Let's make that clear. Yeah. Yo. Like, fuck those. Yeah.
Abracadabra. Like, you know what I
Yo,
mean?
fucking, yo, listen, man. If the city is mad at motherfuckers hitting garbage trains, bro, like, they gotta be fucking retarded, bro. Like, if anything should be turned a blind eye to, is those nasty ass garbage trains that smell like shit. They're fucking green,
Yeah,
bro.
them
You
shit
know what I'm
stink.
saying?
Them
Like,
shit stink.
we make them
Them
shits look,
shits do
like,
stink.
the motherfuckers make them shits look nice. Like, we're doing the city a service, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? If anything should be permitted,
So
it should be the fucking garbage rates.
you gotta give me at least, come on, man, you gotta give me
All
at
right,
least three or
how
four
many
throw.
names I
Who's the
gave
best
you?
throwies? Nah, I want throwies. Who got the best fucking throwy, bro? Come on, who got the best throwy?
All right, first name that came to my mind, I like that kid York's throwy.
Oh shit! Nobody ever said him. You're the first one who ever said him out of all the interviews.
York,
That's
he got a
crazy.
dope ass throwy.
York, yeah, he do.
I give it up for that. Like, really fucking dope. Kel's my boy, but I always loved his throwies. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just saying that because he's my boy. Like, his throw was always dope. Um, damn. I feel like my memory's shot, bro. I sometimes I gotta like scroll through pictures like to be like, this is my favorite thrower, you know what I'm saying? My boy Trent got me back into tagging up with Marcus. I gotta mention that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like this motherfucker got these shits. Graph season NYC. This motherfucker got
Nice.
me tagging with Marcus again, and I wasn't tagging up with Marcus for a while, bro. You know what I'm saying? But he got me like walking around like, but I can't do it now because I did it for like, we did it for a couple of months, and now I'm working now. I have a job, so I'm like trying to lower the risk of getting bagged. But like I got real used to tagging up with Marcus like in the daytime everywhere I fucking go in Manhattan. Like we caught a lot of tags in a couple months together, bro. I got used to
Yo,
just
I need
doing
one of those
daytime tags in front
markers.
of everybody, yo. Like,
I
and
need one of those markers, Trend. You
yo,
heard?
we'll get you some markers, man. He shows me love. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother, my MOK brother, right there. You know what I mean?
So
MOK is
what?
MOK is my crew. You know what I'm saying? But anybody who's down is their crew too. You know, we rep
What does it stand for?
Made of Knowledge, Mob of Kings, Murder Off Cans, my own crew, my own key. Made of Knowledge is the top meaning though. You know what I'm saying? Like living life, making good decisions. You know what I'm saying? Making the right decisions for yourself. You know what I mean? Like, be a leader, not a follower. Straight up. I feel like everybody I put down with my crew, I feel like they should be their own leader. That's why I give them a key. You know what I'm saying? There's a few keys that I still haven't given out to some new members that I put down, but they'll get their key. Skis, I'm okay all day. I'm okay all the way. When I get hour, I hope the best for everybody in my crew. We might not fucking chill with each other all the time. That goes for every crew that I am down with. Like I might not always be in contact with cats, but like if I ever got put down with your crew and I rep your crew, or if I don't rep the crew, like I always am a part of a crew, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, like as we grow older, we don't have time to always chill with niggas again, you know what I'm saying? Like we gotta be our own men, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you gotta make, you know, you gotta pay for your own bills, you gotta, you know, put a roof over your own head, you know what I'm saying? You help each other out when you can, you know what I'm saying? You know, you can't rely on niggas all the time. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we are our own men. We are the keys to our own life, you know. We open up our own doors, you know. Sometimes, you know, doors are opened by other people. Like the right doors, one door closes, another door opens. You know, that's life, you know.
That's how it happens, my nigga. So I don't know without saying too much about, the other thing, the new shit, but I just want to talk a little bit about the new shit what's going on and shit.
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts on like how did that I want to know how that thing's like the wave of that started.
Well, the funny thing is, I'm gonna keep it 100. Peace to my man Velo. You know what I'm saying? Much love. You already know. Fucking so my cousin is a rope tech, you know what I mean? And you know one of my homies, Jammer, you know, niggas do the ropes, RFC, you know. I seen them doing it online like as work, and there was a piece that I wanted to get to, and I don't want to talk too much about it, but like I'll say
Mm-hmm,
like, you know what I'm saying? I visualize me, you know, hanging, but I never seen anyone do it. I didn't even know that niggas did it in graph. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is in 2022,
mm-hmm.
before it started becoming a wave online. And I was like, yo, maybe I can use this to get to that, to do my character, you know what I'm saying? So I hit up Jammer and I was like, yo, what's up, yo? Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I need some ropes. You can show me how to, you know, bring the ropes and let me use it real quick. He was like, yo, you sure? And I was like, yeah, you know. And he brought it over, showed me real quick how to do it, and I just did one part. I was like, man, this is crazy. Fuck that. Like, you know, like I didn't trust the gear yet. You know what I'm saying? So I put the gear away, and then, you know, I saw my man Diesel rocking out, and I wanted in. You know what I'm saying? I talk more about it. The reason why I don't want to talk too much about it is because I just recently did a interview for a documentary that's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to talk too much about that. You know what I'm saying? Because I
Mm-hmm.
gave a lot of that to that person, and I don't want to spoil that documentary
Nah,
when
for
it
sure,
comes out.
for sure,
But
for
you know,
sure.
like I wanted to say that, you know, it was because of two people in my life that, you know, were already doing that for work that influenced me. And then I was like, maybe I could do this. But I didn't know it was going to become a thing. And I already had some gear. You know what I'm saying? So when I just knew I was connected to the right people, you know what I'm saying? And you already know, man, I got that energy. I like to go hard, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm go
What
hard.
does what
I'm gonna
does
go
it
hard regardless of whatever the fuck it is I get into. I'm gonna go hard at it. You know what I'm saying? And this was just perfect for me in this time of my life. You know what I'm saying? I already did.
what
I did
what does it feel
109.
like
I did 109 pieces in 2021
in 1 year?
in 1 year. My goal was 365, and I made it through the whole winter. I made it through the coldest days, and then I got bagged, and then I got sick. I got bagged, and then the warm days I got slowed down, and then when it started getting cold again, I was like, yo, I gotta try to make at least 100, and then I got over 100, and then I was just like, you know what, fuck the goal of 365 because it's not realistic from the time frame that I already was almost to 100. I was like, if I pass 100, then I've done more pieces than I've ever done in my life in 1 year. And I don't even know if that's true because I swear up and down in 2005 and 2006, I did a lot of like pieces. My motto in 2005 and six: spray cans and Viking hands, and do a piece a week at the very least, and do without a doubt a 30 a day. and that was 2005 and 2006. So you know, those who know me and know my history and remember those years, they know that I was doing my shit in those 2 years. Feel me?
There times you did multiple in one day
Oh, pieces? Yeah, I've done 3 pieces in a day. Like, you know what I mean? 3 or 4 pieces in one
in
day.
in different spots, like.
Yeah, I mean, like I'll go do one here, do one there. Like if I have mad paint on me, I'm fucking catching wreck. I've definitely done like
But
three or
damn,
four pieces in a day.
because the niggas, shout out to my nigga ZA, bro. ZA, that's my
ZA,
nigga.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yo, when he
He's
first
nice.
came out,
Yeah,
yes, he first came out, he was trash. He didn't know,
yeah.
but the nigga was killed. He had the streets killed,
Yeah.
and the nigga was like, "Yo, I want to try piecing now," and I was
I
like,
seen
"So try it."
him do
Yo,
some
and that was,
pieces, some dope pieces too.
yeah, nah. He evolved so quickly because instantly one of his goals was, I want to do 300 pieces in one year.
Yeah.
And he started trying. Same shit like you. He didn't succeed. But then he came to the point where he said, oh, look, I did 100
And
in one year. And that shit was
listen,
a.
man, you set a goal, and as long as you fucking did more than you ever done, then to me that's golden. You know what I'm saying? Like set your goals up fucking this high, and you're gonna get over your head. You know what I'm saying? But set the bar up high for yourself. You know what I'm saying? With anything. It doesn't have to be graffiti. Anything. I remember I used
But well, how
to
does
try.
it.
I remember I used to go to a club and be like, "Yo, I'm a bag man shorty tonight," and it was a competition. Me and my homies trying to get more numbers. Same shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Fucking like you in the club, like, yo, what up, shorty? Yo, come here. How you doing, love? Like, spitting that game. You know what I'm saying? And
For sure.
you walk out of the club with like 20 numbers in your pocket on little pieces of paper. Before phones, you know that. You know what I'm saying? You in the village,
Exactly. Yeah,
you in the Westville on 8th Street.
that's why.
You in the village on 8th Street, you know, by Papyrus. You're like, yo, what up? Hey, yo, shorty, hey, what up? You know? Hey, yo, ma, what up, ma? Back when it was okay to do that, because you know that shit's not rocking. I used to, you know, everybody has to shoebox all the numbers. I used to write,
Yeah.
I used to write the Bronx, or like wherever shorty's from. I'd be like, yo, where you from? Like the Bronx. I'm like, I write the Bronx, Brooklyn, and then like say if I was in Bronx, I just start calling. I'll bring the Bronx numbers with me. I'll be like, yo, what up? I'm in the Bronx, blah blah. You know, I just moved to Kingsbridge. You know what I'm saying? Fucking be like, yo, what up, come through? And so does it come through from the Bronx? Man, you go to Brooklyn, like, yo, what up?
That's actually smart, nigga. I never
Yeah,
even thought of
yeah.
that. You
You put
separate them like
you put
that.
their
That's
borough on paper,
funny.
and if you know you was going to that borough, you hit them up. Like, hold up, I know a shorty from that neighborhood.
That's a mad
Let me see
good
what's up, yo.
strategy right there. Holy shit. That's mad funny, son. So what about, all right, yo,
How many names
because
I gave you with the throwies, bro?
with the throwies, you
Yeah,
only gave me two.
I gave you two. Damn, hold up, man. Give me
You
one.
gave me.
Yo, who has a popular graffiti page with throwies on it? Let's throw that out there. We
Who
got
has a
grab
popular
season. That's my
graffiti
boy.
page that has throwies on it?
We got grab season is one. That's my boy. All right, here we go. Just by looking at his page, Scuff, one of the illest throwies as well.
Oh yeah.
I like
Okay.
this dude Plan's throwies.
Who?
Plan,
Oh hell yeah, he got a
right?
nice
He got
style.
a dope throwy. All right, that's how many I gave you.
So that's
All right.
four.
On the top of that list, I'm gonna put posters on the top of that list. All right,
Ooh,
because posters throwies is ill. You know what I'm
crazy.
saying? And we talking about right now, niggas are still doing throwies. Um, hmm. It's crazy.
Nigga,
Yes.
nigga grabs season said
Beeper's the all
Beefer.
time.
Hell yeah.
Beeper's the all time favorite, without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? Spot's fucking throw his fire. All right, give me another page, someone's throwy page, or like someone who posts throwies. Do you have any? Because I gotta look at many throwies to be like, I could tell you like you know, because my memory is like for me to just come up with names. My mind just doesn't do that. I gotta like actually look through the throwies and stuff, and then be like, all right,
What about this? What borough got the best fucking riders? Say it right now. Who got it?
oh, man,
What borough
you
got the
trying to get me
best?
into some shit, dog?
Nah,
Like,
nah. I ask everybody that
Yo,
fucking question.
Mega got one of the most official throwies, bro.
Salute
Mega got one
my
of the
nigga
most
Mega.
official,
We gon'
and Mega's my man too. I'm not just saying that because Mega's my man, but Mega actually influenced me as well to do dope ass throws. Giz got a dope throwy as well, you know.
Ooh,
Yeah, and Giz is a dope
Giz.
ass artist in general, all around. He's doing all types of dope ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, yo, set KRT, bro. Gotta give it up. Gotta give it up.
That nigga says set
Gotta give it up.
KRT.
Listen. I got put down with KRT. I got put down with KRT by Acer. KRT. KRT is like an early influence on me from Chelsea because there was KRT was from Chelsea. There was a lot of Chelsea cats that was KRT. Revolve, you know, Revs and Course, you know, KRT, um, Rack and Doc, you know what I'm saying? The Doc that's from Chelsea, KRT. I think, you know, I think he's locked away for the rest of his life. I'm not sure. Um, damn, who else, man? I gotta come up. I still owe you some names, man. I love. We, we gotta. I'm looking. And I don't want to just like you know. I'm
Who's
actually
your
looking at
favorite?
these
Who,
throwies. Yeah, Dan, that
who's
dude
your
Plan.
favorite?
I'll say it again. That dude Plan he has a really dope throwy, man. MQ, you know, I love MQ's throwy. You know, Deck, 2DX, one of my favorites. He has a lot of good throwies. You know, everybody from my crew, the whole MOK. You see, you know.
Who from your crew has the best throwy? Let's throw it out there. Pick one.
Oh
Who
man.
has the best throwy out of all the niggas in your fucking crew?
Dr. Whom. He's not like always active, you know, he's not like he's not like bombing, but his throw is official because he's one of the best in my crew as far as it comes to throwies. Trent's throw is looking good. My man Trent, Ski got a dope throwy. But Ski's like watching us right now. Like,
Yeah.
my nigga 2 say, you know what I'm saying? Got the dope throwy, you know?
Too easy.
Very styled out. Yo, I miss Norm, man. NAW, bro. His throwy was superficial. One of the best throwies and one of my favorite throwies is Dexter, DFT, my nigga.
With
One of
the
the best fucking
DE,
throwies in
with
New
the
York.
DE, with
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Very creative, ill throwies. He influenced me. I know the nigga. He was the homie. You know what I'm saying? Um, he's not in New York no more, but he was fucking dope. Jamming throwies fire. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Too devious,
Somebody
baby.
mentioned, hold on, I'm trying to go back. Somebody mentioned another graffiti page, and I'm trying to go to that. Where, where did that go? Somewhere. Oh, Vials, Heels. You know, remember RTH, Vials. When niggas was the MIA crew before RTH. You know what I'm saying? And then it became 1134. All right, Graffiti Giants. That's another page, right?
Oh, graffiti giants. I'm bugging. Hell yeah. Go to the
All right,
graffiti
so
giants.
let's do a quick review, right? Oh wait, I don't even gotta see it.
Hell yeah.
Peaks PE. Come on, man.
VIC.
That was one of the, oh, and OE. And
Of course, that's one of
I'm
my
not gonna try.
all-time
I'm not gonna
favorites.
say that I remember it from Miami, but like looking at the photos and then like, dude, that dude was way before his time. He was like, I feel like he might have been the fucking blueprint for fucking outlines of throwies or to everything. I'm looking at his shit like he was that advanced. He was early 2000s before the 90s even came through.
Nigga, and he had other Joey with the
That's what I'm.
face, the character, and
That's what
the
I'm
E,
saying,
all of that.
bro.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was
son,
he
all of
was
that.
2000s back in what,
And
the
yeah,
70s, the
and
80s.
yes, it's like 70s and to the
Nigga,
80s. Yeah,
how was you that advanced, bro? Niggas ain't catching that. It was the late 90s,
facts,
dogs.
facts.
I think that back in the days, like everyone who did graph in the 80s, their hand styles were impeccable because the competition was like, if you didn't have a good hand style, you just getting niggas was just writing toy over that. You think that that should come back out? Like niggas just write toy over everybody's now. Yo, imagine
Do
that
you
came back
think
out though. If people just start writing toy over anything that's toy, there would be a
they
lot of like
should? They should
if you
because what about
throw
this?
his
Do you
toy,
think?
then you get toy over it.
Yeah, like but by official
Yeah,
niggas, not by other toys, not by other
yeah,
toys. All right,
that's what I'm
you know what I'm
saying.
saying?
Bring back the toy, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah, fuck that. We
Yo,
should.
yo, you know who I want to bring back out of retirement?
Who?
I want to bring back 9 Volt.
Ooh, I seen him yesterday.
I want to bring back
He
9
said he want to
Volt,
bring
yo.
9 volt
Can we make
back
that
out of
happen,
retirement.
Kel?
That's
Can we
crazy.
can we can we get 9 Volt to go bombing with me real quick? You know what I'm saying? We just we just go crazy with it. I want to see that happen. Saint, I always like Saint's hand style and like his straight letters. Saint's always dope.
Hell yeah. That's
Uh,
a fire tag
it
too. His tag is fire.
is. I mean, the kid Sucky Bat gets up like a motherfucker. That kid
Oh, do
fucking.
you know him? Do
I
you
met
know
him.
him?
I met him while I was painting on the streets. We was both bombing, I guess. I think I was like, I was actually no, I was painting the mural on 22nd Street and 7th Ave, and his piece was under it, but the police painted over the whole wall, right? And I just so happened to pass by, and I saw that it was all gray. And my homegirl that owns the restaurant had introduced me to the owner because I was like, "Yo, if you ever see the owner to this building, hit me up." And she was like, "Yo, he's here right now. Come to meet him." The police painted the whole wall gray. So I go to meet the dude, and I was like, "Yo, can I paint you?" He was like, "I don't see why not. They fucking just painted over it without asking me." He was like, "If you want, just go ahead." And I was like, "Well, can I get your phone number? Like, so I don't get arrested. I just got arrested recently in this neighborhood. I'm not trying to get arrested again. The cops know me. They're gonna see me again and fuck with me, bro." Like, he's like, "All right, here, call me whenever." And I was like, "All right, I'm gonna call you." Call the restaurant. Yo, I started just doing a straight letter. We love Chelsea. And while I was painting that shit, Sucky Bass walking by and he was like, "What's up?" And I was like, "What up?" He was like, "Yo, what you write?" And I was like, "This is what I write." "What you write?" He's like, "Oh, I'm Sucky Bat." And I was like, "All right." I was like, "You was on this wall, right?" I was like, "Yo, don't think that I went over your shit, bro. Like, your shit was already run over by the police, but you know what I'm saying? But respect to you, you getting up. You know what I mean? He killing it. That nigga, he came and fucking just, I feel like he just did everything. Every fucking job.
Yeah, I interviewed him on like the second season of Graph Champs, and he fucking made like a puppet of a bat, and he did the interview with the puppet. That shit looked crazy, son. He was a crazy interview. That dude is wild.
Yo, fucking Katsu. Katsu's page is fucking wild right now, bro. Like, he's awesome. I don't even know if one person could be thinking so much different shit to do that he's doing. Like niggas, I don't know if niggas is throwing him mad ideas or he really has all these ideas. But he's like coming up with some shit. Like Deck is like that. Deck does his stories and comes up with clever things. They kind of influenced me to get a little creative in 2021 where I was trying to do. I did it to a handful of the pieces that I did that were numbered. Um, like I did a Hot 97 looking piece. You know what I'm saying? For my 97th one. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then
Fire.
Wu Tang, like for the 36 chambers, I did the Wu Tang inspired piece. You know, I did a few of them, the 36, the 34th chamber, 35th chamber, 36th chamber. Like, you know what I mean? I like to kind of match things up to what street I'm on, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Throw little quotes. Yo, I always like Just straight letter. You know what I'm saying?
Justin Ness,
Yeah,
TVT.
yeah. Yo, Med was an influence on me too, man. Med did my first tattoo back in '94. Say brought me over here.
Nice.
So I got my first tattoo by Med. Second time I got a tattoo from him, I fainted. Fucking very embarrassing. Very embarrassing and funny at the same time. My best friend was laughing at me when I was on the fucking floor. You know,
That's
I'm still.
crazy.
Oh, remember NATO? I used to like seeing NATO shit up.
Yeah.
Sess is a very. I feel like Sess is a very big influence on me. One of my favorite writers. You know, Catch Throwy was always like is dope to me. You know, when Cat used to do he do the thing like that Remo does. Like, I definitely took that from them guys, from him, Vfer. I took putting up the year and everything I do from Vfer, and I think Vfer doesn't do the year on shit anymore. But like that's where I was influenced to put the year on everything. But like, it's rare that you'll ever see anything of mine without the year on it. If you notice, if I'm pretty sure that people notice that shit. Shout out to my boy Steve O 26 Mob, one of my first crews, 26 Mob. I always rap, you know what I'm saying? 26 Mob is 26 Street Projects. I learned a lot of lessons on my own block. Like I fought someone from every building on my block. I was like a little scrapping ass motherfucker, bro. Like that, my projects was fucking gladiator school. You know what I'm saying? Like you step out the building and your shoes better be fucking tied because you might get into a fight as soon as you step out the building. That's what growing up was for me. Like in the projects, like niggas, we was just always fighting, bro. Fighting each other. You know
Which
what I'm saying?
which building was the craziest? Who had the craziest building?
I mean, they're all crazy, bro. It's the projects. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, my building used to fight the other building, like, but then there was like, I
Same
had beef with
shit.
niggas in my own building. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Now I can say I don't have no problems with nobody on my block. Like, when I go back there, like, it's all love, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas be like, yo, the ones that know about Grab and they see what I'm doing, they be like, yo, man, you rapping, bro. Like, can't believe that you doing what you're doing. Like, well, my first people who supported my art were my projects. The hood will always show you that support. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Ghost. I gotta say, Ghost, man, fucking multiple styles of throwies, bro. One of the
Yeah.
greatest. I still want Surf to keep coming back out. Surf has one of my favorite throws, bro. His older
Surf and
throwy.
mint surf.
His older throw, yeah, his older throwy. Cause he started getting real simple with it, like on some like, new wave shit. But his original throw is fucking really, really dope. Cycle. Yo, I've learned something. I like I'm not gonna say no names, right? But I met a writer at an art show when I was like probably like 20 years ago. I met a few writers, right? And I looked up to them and I was like, yo, when I met them, like I was like, yo, what's up, man? Like I write blah blah blah. Yo, I love your shit, you know what I'm saying? And like I feel like I got the cold shoulder. You know what I'm saying? And I was like after that, I was just like, I don't even want to look at this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? And I had that in my head for years. Like I kept that behind my head. And then I started doing shows. I did a lot of shows, and I always kept it to where I have to be very humble and nice to people when I meet them. You know what I'm saying? Respectful and give them a little moment. And the more time as time goes by, it gets harder to give one person attention while you're at a show. Like a lot of people's coming up to you, and I always try to, be respectful and kind to people. You know what I'm saying? And my sister had told me that her daughter's friend came from Georgia, and they came to my show, and that I was a dick. And I was like, what? And I was like, no way. Like, Because in my head, like, I'm nice to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fucking nice guy. You know, and I'm like, I was curating shows. You know what I'm saying? And you realize that when shit is crazy, and you're like worried about watching people and making sure maybe something happened in the gallery show that you know you're thinking about that because an argument happens, you met somebody that kind of rubbed you the wrong way because this people get weird at fucking shows, bro. There's some motherfuckers that get real weird at shows. You know what I'm saying? Girls and guys, people get fucking weird, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, I try to be kind, but sometimes somebody might get me upset, and if I act a little weird to somebody, like, or like not weird, but like not like super friendly, it's not you. It's probably my mind is on something else that someone rubbed me the wrong way or did some dumb shit, or somebody else is about to fight and I'm worried about them fighting, so I can't give you that attention. So when you go to shows and you meet writers that it's their show, or you know, like they're a part of a group show or they're curating it, you can't fucking expect them to give you full attention. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a day of the show, so don't hold
Yeah, your
people
mind is
against.
somewhere
Don't
else.
hold it against them that day they weren't super friendly to you. And also, like, you know, you don't know how it is until you meet somebody through somebody. Like on a different note, you might meet that same person I met you through Sir SR. Like, and then I'm super nice, or SR super nice to you. Like, some people have a guard up. You know what I'm saying? They don't feel like they want to be friendly at every fucking given moment. That's like meeting a fucking rock star or a basketball player. Like, you're not gonna always catch them in a good mood. So, you know, I think that that's something I put out there for everybody, for all of us, and even for me now that I'm older, and I realize that you can't always expect someone to be in a good mood when you meet them. So you might meet your someone you looked up to, your hero, and that day they're just not like in the best of moods, and just don't hold that shit against them, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not, don't take shit personal. Graffiti culture takes things too personal. You know what I'm saying? We gotta learn how to be a community that doesn't take everything too personal. I might clip your shit, bro. Like, yo, it's not that big of a deal, bro. Like, we're gonna fucking live, man. Like, there's so many other things to fucking worry about in life than a little clip. I get upset when motherfuckers clip me. I get upset when niggas go over me. I get upset when niggas tag inside of my character. But yo, guess what, bro? Like, life goes on. You know what I'm saying? Life is bigger than us painting and our shit on the fucking wall. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna go fucking beat somebody up because they clipped you? Like, or they went over you once by like, you don't know what happened that day, but if they do it twice, then all right, you go me
No,
twice,
I
bro.
see.
Like, I'm gonna get the point. But if it's once, if it's not that major, then you know, bro, I'm looking at a bigger picture, man, right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to be more kind to people. I'm being more respectful to people. You know, like, I'm building my relationship with God again. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting closer to God again. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to I'm not a preacher. I'm not going to church like that, nothing like that. But I am building my own relationship with God. And you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's more important than trying to fucking beef with people in this world. You know what I'm saying?
So people asked me the other day, and I was like, I can't even answer it because it's just unfathomable to me. So now this new wave is happening with all these people doing this shit, and they said if they doing this, what's next? Like what's next after that? And it's like
I
what
know
the
what's
fuck? Who the fuck
next.
knows?
I know what's next.
All right, don't blow
I
it up. Don't blow it up.
can't blow
Just
that up.
don't blow.
I know what's next for me. There will be a next, though. This ain't the end, yo. But God, you know, in God's hands, I'm gonna keep going. But you know what I'm saying? Like, what's meant to be is meant to be, dogs. Like, you know. But I feel like, you know, when you did everything, there has to be some kind of next, and you know, everybody doesn't have to know about what's the next move. Like, you know, like it's like you're playing chess. I already see where my steps is going. You feel me? Like, I already know. I have it in my mind like what my next move is after this. Y'all know what I'm doing right now, right? What's next for me? Everybody doesn't have to know. You know what I'm saying? But I am working. I am learning new shit. I'm getting better at what I'm doing. I'm getting more comfortable, getting more confident. I'm not teaching anyone. Like, I'm letting everyone know, don't hit me up in the DM asking me like, yo, how do I do this? How do I do that? Fucking Google is your best friend when you want to learn new shit. There's fucking classes for everything you want to learn. Whatever you want to do for your life, and especially if it's something that is dangerous, do your fucking homework. Don't learn off of somebody on the fucking street. Learn a proper way to learn something. You know what I'm saying? What's for the streets, and other shit is like not to fuck around with. You know, like it's not a fucking game. You know what I'm saying? Your life is in your own hands, like straight up and down. I'm not the teacher, bro. I'm still the student. I'm still learning.
So I got like one before we get off this. I got like one last question. In all the things that you've done, boom, what was the most funnest? Because you talked about going and hitting the fucking freight trains. You know what I'm saying? Going by yourself, smashing that shit. Then you doing the blockbusters with the top hats, and now the new wave and everything. What was the most funnest one to you? What's the most
Oh, what I'm
funnest?
doing right now. What I'm currently doing. Definitely like most exciting thing I've done in my life. It's that feeling that I had from when I was skating, like at my peak, when I was like rollerblading, like and got to my peak. My peak of rollerblading was, I think it was oh 04, oh 05. It's crazy because my peak of rollerblading was like my peak of like doing pieces and shit and bombing. So like it was like at the same time. Then I got hurt, fucking hairline fractured my coccyx bone and couldn't skate no more the way I was skating. But like there was, dude, I was doing 720s both ways, fakie, which is going backwards on ramps, catching air, doing handrails. Like I was doing tricks switch both left and right. You know what I'm saying? My daughter's mother was like, she has a lot to do with that too, because she was a pro skater. You know what I'm saying? She was one of the best female skaters in the world. So she made me step up my shit. Like I was like, wait a minute, like she's better than me, man. I gotta get good. You know what I'm saying? So, that part of my life was like a very exciting time when I was skating, and and right now that again. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I can get better at this. I'll be honest with you, bro. I'm trying to be. I never was on a competitive level of doing anything like rollerblading. I didn't want to be in a competition. I didn't try to be in there was like the X Games and all that shit. Like I knew my time was over for that. Like I would have had to done it when I was like 18, 17, 18. That time was over for me. If I didn't do it then, I wasn't gonna do it at an age where my bones was already getting fucked up. But right now, what I'm doing right now, I might not be the best, but I am trying to be the best version of myself right now and be better. And I'm gonna get better. The more I'm starting to get comfortable now. So now like I can paint with my left and my right. My left is getting better. So once my left catches up to my right, then my pieces are gonna look way better. You know what I'm saying? Right now, my left is doing pretty good. It's just with hand styles, like I have a little trouble, but like my mind is registering to my left hand. You know what I'm saying? I can't draw like with my left, but if I train myself, I remember I used to hurt my right hand skating. So then I started painting with my left. So that was the beginning of me learning how to paint with my left. So I always knew how to paint a little bit with my left, but now I know how to paint with my left. I could do a full piece with my left hand. I could do, I could do a full burner with my left hand. I don't need to use my right
That's wild.
there.
That's that's fucking wild. I can't do really shit, but I just I want to thank you, man, for dropping your jewels and everything, bro.
Thank you,
Do you
bro.
any you want to plug any fucking merch, whatever you want, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Shout anybody out before we get off this.
You know what? I'm to anyone that I didn't shout out. I'm sorry. It's hard to shout out everyone, but I can shout out MOK, KRT, RFC, Old School MIA. You know what I'm saying? Did I say RTH? RTH. I'm gonna shout out BTM. You know what I'm saying? Um, YKK, KMS. I'll give a shout out to EMS crew. I know cats got beef with each other, but you know I'm not a part of anyone's beef. You know what I'm saying? But those dudes, you know, I give it up to all the motherfucking New York writers that's representing. I give it up to out of stages that's giving it up. You know what I'm saying? Dudes that travel and paint in different states. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I give it, you know, big ups to my partners in crime. You know, EXR, Diesel. You know what I'm saying? There's too many to name, man. Like people get pissed off because I don't mention the name, but like, you know, if I love you, I love you. If I call you Nito, you already fucking know that, you know, you're part of family. So to all my Nitos, you already know. Much love to you. And if I didn't say your name, that doesn't mean I don't love you. People who know I love them, man. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So
Yo, so thank you again, bro. We appreciate what you're doing, man, and I'm excited to see what's the next. You know what I'm
and
saying? So
God
don't
bless
blow it up.
everybody. Say no one day at a time. You heard? Peace.
One. Yo, that was motherfucking Graph Champs episode. What is it?
Do I hang
Episode
up? Like,
yeah, yeah, you got
uh,
to exercise.
peace.
Salute, my bro.
Salute. Salute to the
Yeah,
low
that was
lives too. Peace.
peace. What is that? Episode 5. My bad. Season 5, episode 5. That was motherfucking you already know who. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody that came in. I saw all the there was so many big writers that came in, bro. Everyone, bro. All types of salute to all the big writers that, popped in and popped out. You know what I'm saying? Pause and shit. But y'all already know what it is. That was motherfucking Grab Champs. I'll see you in the next one. You know, I'm your host, SR, the vertical, squirtical, all over your girl's biz. You heard? One.